Welcome to Biology, the scientific study of life. Sexual selection and mate choice. The degree of sexual dimorphism within a species results from sexual selection, a form of natural selection in which differences in reproductive success among individuals are a consequence of differences in mating success. Sexual selection can take the form of intersexual selection in which members of one sex choose mates on the basis of particular characteristics of the other sex, such as courtship songs. Intrasexual selection, which involves competition among members of one sex for mates. Let's look next at some experimental evidence for sexual selection. Mate choice by females. Mate preferences by females may play a central role in the evolution of male behavior and anatomy through an intersexual selection. Claudia Witt and Nadia Soki of the University of Bielefeld, Germany, used experiments to test whether imprinting by young zebra finches on their parents may influence their choice of mates when they mature. Male zebra finches are more ornate than females, though neither have crests on their heads, as shown in this figure. Witt and Soki taped a 2.5 centimeter long red feather to the forehead feathers of both male and female parents, to the male parent only, to the female parent only, when the chicks were 8 days old, approximately 2 days before they opened their eyes. The artificial ornaments represent novel anatomical features that might appear naturally in populations as a consequence of genetic mutations. A control group of zebra finches were raised by unadorned parents. When the chicks from the experiments matured, Witt and Sueka tested their mate preferences by giving them a choice between prospective mates that were either ornamented with a red feather or non-ornamented. Males showed no preference for either ornamented or non-ornamented females. Females raised by non-ornamented parents or by parents in which only the female was ornamented also showed no preference for either ornamented or non-ornamented males. However, females raised by parents that were both ornamented or by a pair on which the male was ornamented preferred ornamented males as their own mates. These experiments suggest that the females imprint on their fathers rather than on their mothers, and that mate choice by female zebra finches has played a key role in the evolution of ornamentation in male zebra finches. As another example of how female choice affects the evolution of males, consider the courtship behavior of stalk-eyed flies. The eyes of these insects are at the tips of stalks, which are longer in males than in females. On the next page here, as shown, those a male presents himself to a female front and on. Researchers have documented that females are more likely to mate with those males that have relatively long eye stalks. Those female choice has been a strong selection factor in the evolution of long eye stalks in males. But why would the females favor this seemingly arbitrary trait? Behavioral ecologists have correlated certain genetic disorders in the male flies with an inability to develop long eye stalk such studies support the hypothesis that females are basing their mate choices on characteristics that correlate with male quality, as in general, ornaments such as long eye stalks in these flies or brightly colored feathers in male bears correlate with the male's health and vitality. A female that chooses a healthy male increases the probability of producing healthy offspring. Male competition formats. The previous examples show how female choice can select for one best type of male in a given situation, resulting in low variation among males. Male competition for mates is a source of intra-sexual selection that also can reduce variation among males. Such competition may involve agnostic behavior and often ritualized contests that determines which competitor or competitors gains access to a source, such as food or mates. Okay. As shown this figure. The outcome of such contests may be determined by strength, size, or the form of horns, teeth, and so forth, but the victories may be psychological rather than physical, despite the potential for such competition to select for reduced variation. Male behavior and morphological variation is extremely high in some vertebrate species, ranging from fish to deer, and in wide variety of invertebrates. In some species, more than one mating behavior can result in successful reproduction. In these cases, intersexual selection had led to the evolution of alternative male mating behavior and morphology. One invertebrate in which alternative male mating behaviors and morphology have been well documented is the marine intertidal isobad, Paracersus sclopita. This is the scientific name, which lives within sponges in the Gulf of California. This species includes, as shown this figure, this species includes three genetically distinct male types. Stephen Schuster of the University of New Mexico discovered that sponges mainly against other A males. Meanwhile, B males mimic female morphology and behavior and do not elicit a defensive response in A males. Thus, they are able to gain access to guarded herms. Tiny Y males invade and live within large herms, which can be inhibited by all three types of males at the same time. Schuster reported that the mating success of each type of Paracersus male depends on the relative densities of males and females within sponges. The A males father the majority of young when defending a single female. If more than one female is present, B males sire approximately 60% of the offspring. Finally, the reproductive rate of Y males increases linearly with herm size. Using this information and the patterns of distribution of Paracersus females and males in their natural environment, Schuster and Michelle Wade of the University of Chicago concluded that A and B and Y males have approximately equal mating success, indicating that a diversity of mating behavior and anatomy can result from intersexual selection due to male competition formats. Variation among males in this species is sustained since none of the three male types is most successful in all circumstances. Each type of male has high mating success at some female densities, but reduced mating success at other female densities, an example of balanced polymorphism, as shown in this figure.